comment right now and talk to us, man. So talk to us. It will be choppy in the beginning, but if you give it like a couple seconds, man, it will be fluid. Things will be fluid. Oh God, I'm air dicking the whatever I'm out of myself. Anyways, Jason, this is the Fantasy Red Zone. I am Tyler Big Turd Ward, and this is Jason, the lucky bastard Ethan Wool, right underneath me. I don't know how he's coming through. He's either to my side or to my feet. To my nether, Jason, some people would say.
Never.
Anyways, we are drinking.
Same spot as always.
What'd you say?
Same spot as always. It's like I'm holding your pocket.
There you go. We are drinking tonight, so if I sound weird, it's because I am, man. I'm getting weird right now. So is Jason, I think. Maybe. He just had to drive a long way, so he's probably not drinking that time.
Oh, I'm drinking.
Hey, before we get into the show, man. Actually, I'll talk about the show right now. Jason and I are about the hero running back strategy, but today we're going to talk about the zero running back strategy. And to me, Jason, zero running back strategy is like maybe fifth round. You start drafting running backs after you filled out, maybe grabbed a couple of wide receivers in the first 2 rounds, grab Josh Allen in the third, maybe grab Mark Andrews in the fourth, and then you're looking at running backs, man. So we've got some of our favorite candidates for that. But, man, hey, this is also going to apply to our hero running back strategy, Jason, because I am looking for running backs in this area. I mean, you know, I want to fill out some wide receivers and maybe even my tight end early. So this applies to both of us because we like that hero running back. But before we get into all of that, Jason, all of those players, all of them 10 players, dog, could you please tell the public how they can help the show? We got subscribers off this shit last week. We want it again. Hey, man. We need it. I'm not going to be able to sleep without it. Give us sleep. Please help us, God. Please.
We need it. We need it. If you made it this far and enjoy 2 friends talking about football, fantasy football, hit the subscribe, press the like. We like the likes. Leave us a comment. Let us know. Did we forget any zero running backs that could be on this list? Or do you like our list or do you hate our list? Let us know. Hey, we're also on Spotify, the Fantasy Red Zone. Check it out.
Thank you, Jason.
Okay.
All right, man. First up, let's get into them news in Brews. We talk about the news when we're drinking Brews. Fucking groundbreaking shit we got going on over here at the Fantasy Red Zone. All right, Jason. Christian Watson thinks he solved his hamstring issue. Doctor said there was a 20% difference in his muscle mass from his right leg to his left leg. You would have thought, man, when he just kept on walking in circles, they would have noticed something. But no, they did not. He has gotten it down to 8 to 10%. Now, this is important for fantasy football, Jason. He led the NFL in fantasy points per route run in 2022. He got drafted highly, man, last year. I told you not to draft him. But I was low on Jordan Love. He proved me wrong. He is going in the 8th round right now. That could be a huge value.
So he says he fixed it. He's like, oh, there's more muscle mass on this leg.
He's like was that like Lady in the Water, Jason? There was like a pool man with just like one right.
Yeah. He only worked out his right hand. How weird was that?
He's like going for some world record on his right arm. He's like, yeah, dude. But anyways, this guy is doing it on his leg. And I was just thinking, like, to walk around with one buff leg, dude, you'd think you'd notice and be like, shit, dude. Maybe I should even this out a little bit.
That is so funny, yeah. How do you even do that? Like, just one, you just hopping around on one leg? You know what he should do is crutches.
Dude, no, I was thinking, like, I never did them at the gym, but those hamstring machines and curls, they have the pads on them. You can do them one leg at a time. Anyways, Jason, moving forward from 2019 through to 2023, right? So 4 years, no team played 3 games in only 10 days apart. So there's going to be people are going to be playing 3 games in 10 days pretty much. This year, 10 teams will do it. So wait, 3 games only 10 days apart. I don't understand what that means right now. When I was sober, I wrote it down and I thought it was awesome. So hopefully that makes sense to you people out there.
Hey, Jamie's in the chat. He says, good year to wait on quarterback.
Dude, hey, Jamie, we were talking about Jordan Love, but guess what? Everybody's up on Jordan Love. So fuck, man. Hey Jamie, good to see you, man. Good to see you. I wish we lived in the Midwest. We'd see ya.
I'm glad I don't live there.
It's all
I
flat,
like the
man.
West Coast, bro. I'm West Coast.
I was watching videos of.
I lived in New Mexico. What is that? Mountain? That's not Midwest. It's not the West Coast. It's like mountain time.
I don't know. Yeah.
I hated it. Oh man, football games came on at 11. Get out of here, bro. I got shit to do at night, man. I can't be staying up an extra hour.
But anyways, Jason, the point of this story is that they keep on compressing this shit, man. They talk about player safety and then just keep on more and more and more. They just talked about 18 game schedule. So, and then next up, Jason, Kyren hurt his foot. Did you see that?
Yep, we talked about that.
Did we talk about that last time?
Well, no. Like you and I talked about it. He heard it like OTAs, right?
Yes. So
it begins.
Exactly. So it begins, dude. Just like the battle of Helm's Deep, Jason.
Helm's Deep. Hey, sorry. Jamie said the best thing about Iowa is leaving Iowa.
that sounds like Bakersfield, man.
I know.
Derek Carr makes millions. He's like, I'm going back to Bakersfield. It's like, you motherfucker, dude.
Joey Porter did that, right?
Well, Joey Porter, yeah, I guess, dude. But I saw his house, man. Like, I think I cleaned the pool like down the street.
It's huge.
Joey Porter house, I would probably go back to Bakersfield as well. So maybe, I shouldn't talk shit about rich people going back to Bakersfield because they can do whatever they want. Hey, we're poor here. Please subscribe. All right. Maybe I can give my dog food this night. Please feed my dog. Please subscribe. JK, I already fed my dog. Jason, Josh Allen says that Keon Coleman's style is exactly what this offense needs. So, Keon Coleman, have you seen him in his interviews? Do you know anything about him?
Yeah, he's a little goofball.
He's a huge goofball, Jason.
Yeah.
I think he might be all right, dude. And he's just like, and he's jacked. So, but I think he's pretty big. and I know he's known for his spectacular catches, Jason. Catches, contested catches. So they have Dalton Kincaid, who's kind of known for that. Now they have Keon Coleman on the outside. They just lost Gabriel Davis. So I don't know, dude. Keon Coleman. I wrote down when he's going. Where the hell is he, dude? He's going in the round 9. I am actually drafting him in a lot of my drafts right now.
Are you doing it at round 9, or are you waiting a little bit later?
I'm getting him in round 9. I think when I looked at round 9, I was the person that got him in round 9. So he might have gone later, but I picked his ass up, Jason, because I pick asses up. That's my motto, Jason.
We going to the club? Because I pick asses up.
Antonio Brown, Jason, declares bankruptcy. He went outside, Jason, of his Florida mansion and went, I declare bankruptcy.
Just because you say it doesn't mean you declare it. No, you don't understand. I declared it. I declared it. Did you not hear me? It wouldn't
surprise me if that's exactly what happened, Jason. He's just like, he's got his gold chain on.
Got half his brain working.
His shirt off. CTE is in full effect. Yeah. I declare bankruptcy. Hey, man, I'm sorry, Antonio Brown. That sucks, man. Hey, Tom Brady's got an extra room. Check it out. Yeah. You better ask. Hey, Tom Brady gave you a room when it mattered, dude. Let's see where his loyalties lie now, motherfucker. Jason, the Raiders rework Max Crosby's contract to give him a $6 million raise. Dude, the Raiders are actually acting like a competent team for the last, 1 year, maybe 2 year and a half, ever since they fired Josh McDaniels' ass.
Yeah, they've been actually winning with the culture's changed, right? I feel like it's gone back to like how it was in the 80s and the 90s with Antonio Pierce there. Like, they want to hurt people and they want to win.
He's all 6'4", man. I drive up in my 6'4". That 6'4" Impala was badass. Anyways. All right, last up on the news in the Brews, if you're with me. Jameson Williams is a man on a mission, Dan Campbell says, and he is the most improved player so far this season. I want to hear this from Ben Johnson, Jason, first. But if we continue to hear this, we're going to have to heed the information, Jason. You got to heed it.
Yeah. He's been saying this towards the beginning of the offseason.
But I mean, I traded for Jameson Williams and whatever. There is, with Josh Reynolds gone, man, there is a real opportunity for Jameson Williams. And if we hear this from Ben Johnson, man, I am all in and I will be drafting him. I will be all about him, and you'll have to hear about him on this show.
Yeah, just remember, he's only played 18 games. So technically, his 19th game is going to be his first, second year, if you want to say, right? He's only
best 18 games of my life, Jason. I've been watching a lot of NBA playoffs, and they have the Brooks Lopez or whatever, and he's like, so the older brother is like, oh, you're only 2 minutes older than me. He's like, oh, that's the best 2 minutes of my life.
That commercial, that's like State Farm. Is that State Farm one?
Yeah, it's actually not bad. I actually kind of like it.
No, that one is pretty funny.
I know. So give me the ball. It's my ball. Anyways, Jason, moving forward, are you ready, dude, to start us off with our running backs? 0 running back targets, man. The best ones, our favorites, our favs. This is based on a Reddit article, but guess what, dude? We swapped some because the Reddit was wrong, and we are right. We're always right, no matter what. JK, LOL. But we did change it, Jason. So this is our own spin on a Reddit article.
We definitely did, because one of the options here was Ty Chandler, the one I'm going to talk about. And I think this is going to be more of you should avoid Ty Chandler if you're going 0 running back. His ADP right now is 151. In week 15 of last year, Chandler was running. He was running back 4 on the week and scoring points. He scored 21 points that week. He had 23 carries for 132 yards and 1 touchdown. The only time he did well was when he was given opportunities. 26 touches against the Bengals. That's amazing, right? They had no more than 14 in the final 3 games. The poor efficiency could be due to Nick Mullins, because Chandler was 3rd in stacked front carry rate, which means when there was actually 8 people in the box, how many times he actually got the carry against 8 people in the box, and he was 3rd overall. Which I explained here, which are actual carries against 8 men in the box. The Vikings pick up Aaron Jones, and Jones has never been a 250 carry running back. The most in the season for Jones was 236 carries in 2019. This could be an Aaron Jones, DJ or AJ Dillon type situation. At age 29, though, Jones is getting older, so that increases the chances of injuries and maybe poor running efficiency. Chandler can earn 75 more touches in 2023, as before I was talking about opportunities, so he's going to get more of that. But honestly, yeah, I'm staying away from Chandler. I played him in weeks 15 through 18, and he played 53% of the snaps in every game, averaging 15.3 touches and 81 yards in those games. Chandler topped 70 yards only once during that 4-game span, and his per touch efficiency was found like in the dumpster. It was trash. It was garbage. He ranked 47th last season in missed tackles forced per attempt and yards after contact per attempt. He was both like near the 50 mark. And the Vikings run block win rate is 19th overall. So getting a backup quarterback in a backup running back in a situation like that, he's already kind of shown that he's not really all that efficient. I think I might stay away from him at the 151 mark.
And Jason, we talked about this. The Vikings offensive line is definitely more, I think they're top 10 in pass protection.
Yeah, they are.
They're more average in run protection, and plus, dude, they pass the shit out of the ball even more so than that guy, Kevin O'Connell came from McVay as a wide receivers coach. And you can tell he's a wide receivers coach, Jason, because he throws the shit out of it more than McVay, more than any other Shanahan, coach from that tree or whatever. At 41%, I'm pretty sure. So they just don't run the ball that much. And I'm super high on Aaron Jones because as a Vikings fan, man, even though they don't run the ball, there is so much opportunity because we've had such shitty running back play since Adrian Peterson. I'm super high on Aaron Jones. But if Aaron Jones does go down, I can see Ty Chandler being being a nice running back too, just by volume alone. But again, I don't know if you wrote down where he's going in drafts.
151.
Yeah, so at that point, maybe he probably it might be worth it. I don't know. Did you just do your thing on Ty Chandler though, Jason?
Yeah.
Good for you, man. You didn't swap it out at all.
Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. So no, swap it out. Yeah. I did it. But like I said, it was more of like, the more I got into it, the more I was like, I kind of want to stay away, with all those like, and you were talking about earlier, they only ran the ball like 38%.
That's crazy, dude. That's like super low. So yeah, I would stay away. I would just worry about him on the waiver wire, man, when you have to. I don't think he's worth the draft pick. I would pick him up on the waiver wire if Aaron Jones goes down in week 4.
Which could happen.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, man. Let's go with my dude. This guy is going in the 14th round right now, Jason, but it's going to be shooting up, man. Shooting up. Just like, I was going to say something. Let's see, Blake Corum, all right? So, you guys know that he's my favorite rookie. If you watch this show, this dude, he did well in the 3-cone drill. And if you look at the 3-cone drill throughout the years, like usually the top running backs have like a really good 3-cone drill. That's like the one combine stat or whatever that actually translates to NFL success. And this dude did that. Plus he was second, Jason, in running back, or he was first with 27 reps, dude, of 225 at bench press. So he is strong and quick. And then if you just watch, I can't remember if it's Rich Eisen. Dude, what was that interview? That was crazy because it was in Sean McVay's office, and he's like, man, I haven't had this is my temporary office. It's been my temporary office since 2017. Like, free me. I forget what that was. Oh, that was during the draft, Jason. Or no, during the schedule release with Adam Schefter and all that shit. But anyways, Jason, I don't remember what I'm talking about. Blake Corum is going in the 14th round. Kyren Williams hurt his goddamn foot, and he led the NFL in touches per game, Jason. So Christian McCaffrey had all them touches, but touches per game, if he was healthy the whole year, Kyren, man, got it all. Blake Corum is a 3rd-round pick. He was like I said, second fastest 3-cone drill, 27 bench press reps. He had 28 touchdowns in college last year. I'm pretty sure that led. Plus, we talk about the 8-man box a lot, Jason, and I know that I forgot to ask you where you find the stat where it's an actual run against, but Jason, Kyren Williams went against the 8-man box 5% of the time. We talk about this all the time, dude. And he had the easiest schedule for running backs. So couple that, we don't know if he's even that good or not. I know he's good, but still. Dude, but but what am I trying to say? There's a chance that this offense, man, generates that type of look for running backs. So Blake Corum can see a super low percentage of 8-man boxes. The Rams were average in run rate and run block win rate. They signed Jonah Jackson, the former Pro Bowler, but ranked 39th in guard last year. If they can get him back, dude, he will kill it. They drafted center Limmer in the 6th round and guard Levinson in the 7th round. They changed from a zone run to a gap run scheme, Jason. And if you listen to, I did a bunch of like things on forums and everything, like deep dives on Blake Corum and the draft. There has not been a tighter fit from scheme to running back draft pick to Blake Corum in a long time. So he fits the scheme perfectly. And he's going ahead of Hubbard and behind Algier. And if you think about that, I really like drafting Blake Corum right now.
Yeah, they drafted him for a reason. The dude is sturdy. Hold on, Tyler. You said Jonah Johnson, right?
Fuck, dude. Yeah, Jonah Jackson.
Jonah Jackson. He was a pro bowler. So he bowled a lot?
He's a pro bowler.
I don't know why. Like, yeah, pause. You're like, he's pro bowler. Do you know who I am? I do.
What does that say? You know who I am?
Yes, I do. Who do you think you are? I am.
Who do you think you are? I am.
He's a pro bowler.
Like 5 foot 100 pounds, and he's like, I am the fucking storm, motherfucker.
Yeah, they drafted this guy for a reason, and it looks like there might be a situation where Kyron Williams cannot stay healthy. He wasn't healthy all of last year. He's already got a foot injury, and this guy's already showed that he could carry the load, because in 2022 he had 247 carries, and in 2023 he had 237 carries. So he can carry that load, and we already saw he has a good chance of success because of the limited 8 men in the box that the Rams get. You could thank Sean McVay for that and his coaching style.
Jason, I've already had 4 beers. Should I drink more beers?
Totally.
It rhymes, so I better. Jason, moving forward.
Okay.
Is somebody talking to us?
Jamie says one of these days, man, he's got to see you bench 225 in your garage.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I used to do that, Jamie. Thanks a lot. Guess what? I'm 38 years old. I tore my rotator cuff pulling weeds a year and a half ago.
What?
I've bench pressed 165 a couple times, but other than that, it was 175. Shit, I can't remember. We ain't doing 225, Jason. I got to get back on I got to get on some steroids, dude. Before I start doing that shit.
Yeah,
anyway.
So the next guy, David Montgomery.
But thanks, Jamie. David Montgomery, let's go.
All right. David Montgomery, ADP right now, 73. Montgomery is a running back that will be relevant even if Gibbs doesn't get injured. He was RB15 with 1,000 yards rushing and 13 total touchdowns last year. Montgomery did see his volume limited down the stretch. He averaged 15 touches and 75 total yards after his return in Week 10, but still has 7 touchdowns during that span between Week 10 to Week 18. He will lose carries to Gibbs next season, but he would still be close to 200 carries overall and still have his goal line carries. He will probably split them with Gibbs, but he will still get goal line carries. That's very important. He is on one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, so there are opportunities to score in that offense. Montgomery will be the early down back, and he was an efficient runner. He was 19th in missed tackles forced per attempt last year and will be used inside the 20s as he was used 5th most inside the red zone. Plus, like I said, he had 13 goal line carries last year. And don't forget, he can also catch, if needed, in this offense. His career high in receptions is 42 for the season. Not one game. That would be amazing, though, if you got that in one game. There's a real good chance, if they stay healthy, that Gibbs and Montgomery can both be 1,000-yard rushers with one of the top offensive lines.
So, Jason.
So, Tyler.
Would you like Montgomery as your running back 1?
I mean, shoot. I think I actually have him ranked in my top 25.
So if you're going 0 running back, you don't mind getting a running back 2 as your running back 1?
Yeah. If I'm taking this route,
I would not mind. Yeah. Because not only do you have like a consistent red zone, I know Dan Campbell said, and I think Ben Johnson said they're going to get Jahmyr Gibbs more touches, but still, dude, David Montgomery, even with Jahmyr Gibbs, there was it was killing it. I remember that, dude. Did he play for your sister and she won the championship, right?
With an asterisk, yeah.
With the asterisk, yeah, no shit. So, but still, I think that David Montgomery is undervalued right now in the 6th round. But if I remember correctly, I checked out his running back stats, and he was still good last year.
Yeah,
as far as metrics, like explosive rate, blah blah blah, yards after contact.
Yeah, like what I just read off, like his stats were still pretty good. The only reason why that he's not ranked higher is because he is going to lose some opportunity to Gibbs, but he's still going to be near 200 attempts on the season because the Lions, believe it or not, they're actually a run-first team. They love to run the ball. So put him a little bit back. I think I got him at 19, 21, something like that for my rank. But if I'm going running back 0, if you are, he could be your guy.
Jason, did I bench press 250 or 225 in your bedroom? Sorry, Jamie's got me thinking.
Probably 250.
because I bench pressed 250 twice in my life. I think once was in your room, and then once was in the gym. And I heard, and I made a crunching sound, and I had to have people help get the weight off my bench.
Well, I mean, is that considered benching it? If
I did it once. I think I did it once.
You
and
were
then
like,
I brought it back. I was like, dude, I'm jacked, man. Let's go for number 2. And then I was like, I heard a crunching noise, and I was like, help.
It was like, was that Bruce Willis and Unbreakable, dude? Just paint cans on the end of it in my room. You're like, duh!
Yeah. Well, then, dude, yeah. But it's funny. I'm all watching these. Like, it's like, oh yeah, these running backs are doing 225 27 times. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. People who've been working out since they were like 7.
Yeah. Well,
months in the womb.
So just headbutting your mom's womb, like fucking get me the. I got lip.
Get me out of here. I'm ready to play. Put me in, coach.
Spike. All right. Who do I got next, dude? All right. Jamie's going to like this one, Jason.
Okay.
Jaime. Dude, Raheem Mostert's going in the 10th round, Jason. In the 10th round. He finishes running back 4 last year with 21 total touchdowns. 21 total touchdowns. He was 6th in explosive rate, 11th in forced missed tackles per attempt. Those are metrics that mean that you're not old, dude. But guess what? He is kind of old, but he is not old in his soul. So Miami, 18th in run rate at 42.5%. That is average, a little bit less than average, but still. Miami, 8th in run block win rate. That is elite. Elite. We talk about elite 8. They're in the 8. Mostert was running back 3, Jason, weeks 3 through 5 when Achane was running back 1. So when Achane was going off, dude, balls to the wall, Mostert, I owned him, man. He was running back 3. He was fucking killing it. And then Achane got injured. He came back. Mostert was running back 11 weeks 13 through 16 when Achane came back from injury and was running back 15. So Mostert was running back 11. Achane was running back 15 when he came back, and then Mostert got injured for the last 2 games. So when we see this happening, man, Mostert has been a top 11 running back with Achane in the lineup. So do not be afraid to draft Mostert, dude. They drafted. Oh shit! What am I doing? Achane also, dude, missed 6 games last year, and then he also had 2 games with 1 rushing attempt. So he might as well miss 8 goddamn games, Jason. That's half of the season, okay? But we look at his metrics. I've got him ranked super high because he can literally be a top 3 running back. The odds are he's not because the fucker gets injured, but still. And then what did Miami do in the offseason? They signed center Brewer. He was ranked 13th last year for centers, and they drafted offensive tackle Paul in the 2nd round. So they got a good center. They drafted an offensive tackle high. And then they drafted Jaylen Wright in the 5th round, and that fool is fast as shit. He is like the fastest running back in the first 10 yards this season. So this combine. That's not good for me, but still, dude, give me Mostert in the 10th round every single time.
Yep. Last year, he was the only player in NFL history to score over 250 points at the age of 31.
Thomas Jones, dog?
Nope. You know how many people have done it at the age of 32?
112.
Nobody. Nobody. Can he do it again? This is almost like an Austin Eckler effect here because Austin Eckler was great at the receptions. Not very good at running. He's never had a 1,000-yard season, but he got 18, 20 touchdowns in a game because he was the goal line back. He got most of his touchdowns at the goal line. This is like Raheem, but he's a 1,000-yard rusher, but he only had 25 receptions last year. He's definitely going to need to be relied to get those touchdowns again. But the important thing is, I don't see any other running back replacing him at the goal line, and that's important. He had 16 goal line touches last year, and I don't see that changing at all. I don't think they're going to put. You just told me about Achane's injuries. I don't think they're going to put him at the goal line to still, 10 carries from him inside the 5. I think Raheem Mostert has a good chance. Not 18. I can't say he's going to get 18 rushing, but double-digit touchdown again, and you're getting that in round 10.
F&A, man, F&A. So Jason Mostert should be on people's circle that shit on your rankings right now. Jason, was that high quality enough for you? That short?
Yep.
All right, good. Jason, I'm pretty sure you did not do this next player, Marshawn Floyd. Who did you replace him with?
Rico, the guy, I can't say his last name,
Dowdle. I doubt it. He doubts it.
Hey, Rico, I bet I could throw a pigskin a quarter mile. I could throw him over the mountains. How far do you think those mountains are? Uncle Rico. So this guy's ADP is 154. And this just comes down to a process of elimination, right? Tony Pollard left. Cowboys decide to sit on the couch and watch free agency and the draft go by without getting a running back. They're all in, right? They're all in this year. After the draft, they did re-sign Ezekiel Elliott, who will start the season as 29 years old. Last played on the Cowboys in 2022, and he finished as running back 22. He averaged 3.8 yards per carry and finished the year under 900 rushing yards. Now, Tony Pollard had 252 carries in 2023 for the Cowboys, which was seventh in the league. That was seventh most in the league. And the last time Ezekiel Elliott had more than 250 carries was 2019. He ain't a young buck anymore. And since 2019, Elliott's running metrics just keep getting worse and worse and worse. He will be the short yard and the goal line back, but he won't be the workhorse. And that's what I'm sticking to here. He won't be the workhorse. Elliott will likely get around 200 carries, which leaves 50 carries available. Now, Uncle Rico will be playing a 2022 Tony Pollard role, right? And last year, Rico, juke rate, evaded tackles, and yards created per touch were better running metrics than Pollard's. Yards created measures the number of yards a running back creates on his own, independent of the offensive line play. But Uncle Rico was in the top 10 in that category. Let's not forget, Cowboys' offensive line is fourth in run block win rate, and Rico will be getting a lot more carries in 2024, and he's the explosive running back.
That's stupid. I know that's funny, Jason.
What is?
But yeah, yeah, dude. Rico Dowdle. It's I think where'd you say he's going right now in drafts?
154.
Yeah. So, and Ezekiel Elliott, I think is worth it too. I think both these guys, I would draft both of them, Jason. I would draft Ezekiel Elliott because I think I already said he's going to get double-digit touchdowns. I would start Ezekiel Elliott in a flex most weeks. And guess what, Jason? I think I would start Dowdle in flex most weeks. This offense was the highest scoring offense in the second half of the season. So,
yes.
It's just, man, there's more than enough points for both running backs. You're telling me I get Dowdle even later? I almost like getting Dowdle late over Ezekiel Elliott right now.
Yeah. I do like Ezekiel Elliott as my flex because we've seen it before. He'll get you 60 yards and a touchdown. He scored it in 2022. I think he scored a touchdown in 10 straight games, 8 straight games or something. But as a flex, he was getting you 12, 14 points. I'm okay with that. But that same year, Tony Pollard and explosiveness, I think he was in the do you remember what he finished, Tony Pollard? He was higher than Ezekiel Elliott, though, wasn't he? He was RB 15,
yeah,
maybe?
And that's when everybody was all tripping out. They're like, oh my God, this guy is the greatest. And then he broke his leg, and they're like, oh no, he's totally the greatest still.
He broke his fucking leg. He broke his fucking leg. He broke his fucking leg.
It's like, come on, man. Speaking of breaking his goddamn leg, Jason, and people not paying attention, let's go on to our. Oh wait, I almost went to my next one. Next. We're not going to talk. You know what? Fuck it, dude. Talk about people not paying attention. Chuba Hubbard, Jason. Chuba Hubbard. I'll go back to my other one eventually, but this one meshes perfectly, Jason. It meshes. 14th round, man. So at the end of your draft, at the very end of your draft, you can roll the dice, man. Is he rolling the dice too much? Oh, that's all he's got. That's the only move he's got. Jonathan Brooks tore his ACL on November 11th. Dude, the season starts like in August, late August or some shit like that, early September. So this guy's not even going to be a year removed from his torn ACL. He's going at the end of round 5 right now. That could be a huge value. It could be a huge miss. Like, I don't know. That's a very risky pick for me. But let's talk about Chuba Hubbard, man. And the new coach there, God damn it. He was the offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay last year. Tampa Bay.
Cannolis. Cannolis.
19th in run rate at 41%. Carolina was 25th last year, so they are going to run the ball more. Chuba Hubbard was 30th in explosive rate, Jason. 32nd in forced missed tackles per attempt, and 31st in yards after contact. And you're like, oh my God, that's terrible. Why would I even be talking about him? Well, guess what, Jason? Rachaad White ended the year as goddamn running back 4, and he was 42nd in ranked. He was ranked 42nd in missed tackles per attempt, 40th in explosive rate, and 45th in yards after contact. So terrible. But he was ranked 4th in opportunities, Jason. So David Canales loves that running back drives his offense. So Jonathan Brooks could be amazing, dude. But in the 14th round, you could get Chuba Hubbard, who might get so many opportunities and actually was a better running back than Rachaad White was last year, via metrics. And then Chuba Hubbard, man, 39 receptions last year. I thought that was actually kind of a lot. Rachaad White had 64. That was the 4th most. The Panthers 30th in run block win rate last year. That's terrible. But guess what, dude? They drafted 2 offensive tackles and a center in the draft. They signed guard Hunt from the Dolphins with a $100 million contract, and he was rated 7th guard in 2023. He was a 7th ranked guard in 2023. Then they went and signed Seattle's Damian Lewis. He was a 12th ranked guard in 2023. So they got 2 top 12 guards, and they drafted 2 top tackles and a center. Then they signed Yosh Nijman, where he was just an extra offensive tackle from the Packers. Dude, they reworked their offensive line, Jason, and they're going to have a fucking awesome offensive line. Maybe he's going in round 14 behind Corum, but ahead of Kendre Miller. I do like Corum over Chuba Hubbard. But dude, if you're telling me you're dealing with the likes of Kendre Miller, are you kidding me? Give me Chuba Hubbard, Jason. I'm going to be targeting him.
I think his play relies on Bryce Young. Also, did you see he's been working out?
Chuba or Bryce?
Bryce. He looked
bigger when I saw him. I was like, yeah.
He looks as big as Steph Curry now.
He does. Yeah, I bet you might be the same height, weight, Steph Curry, man. But
Steph Curry is a quarterback.
I know.
Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so I think you could get him at a value, of course, but I think it all comes down to Bryce Young and that offense and the head coach too. What he's done to the offensive line is great. He's added weapons and went out and got Deontay Johnson and that. Who they draft? Leggett? Was it Leggett? Xavier Leggett as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
But Bryce Young, he's got to play. They're setting it up for him to got to play. And the reason why I say that is because Chuba Hubbard last year, he was 5th in stacked front carry rate. So like I said, when players were defenders, 8 defenders in the box, they still had to give him the ball. He was running up against that 5th most in the league. That's very difficult to beat. But no one was afraid of Bryce Young in the passing offense. So I think because of that, you could get him later. And there is a chance Bryce Young can actually do better than what he did last year and get less 8 men in the box for Chuba Hubbard. Also, Jonathan Brooks, remember, that dude's coming back from ACL.
ACL tear on November 11th. Remember the 11th of November.
That's good. He could come back and still not be like 100% until like December.
I got 2 movies for you fools.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
No.
And War of the Planet of the Apes.
Equilibrium with Christian Bale. And
if you're a fan of puppies, go watch that movie.
V for Vendetta.
Remember the 5th of November.
Dude, V for Vendetta is fucking awesome, man. But also Equilibrium. You think you like The Matrix, dude? You think you like The Matrix, dog? Go check out Equilibrium, Christian Bale. All right, man.
All right, let's go.
Jaylen Warren, is that who you're doing?
Jaylen Warren. Wanted to do this guy.
You wanted to do this guy?
Not
oh my
literally.
God. Maybe you'll have your chance, Jason.
Well, he might be my MVP of the year. So if that happens, hey, I might send him a call. He's ADP right now is 91. He was one of the most explosive and elusive backs last season. He finished third in explosive run rate and second in yards after contact per attempt. And it was number one in missed tackles forced per attempt at 0.35. That's better than Brees Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, and Devon A-Chain. He was also fifth in receptions and fifth in targets per route run. Warren is the best runner in the Steelers' backfield. He outperforms Najee Harris in every running metric. He was seventh in yards per touch and third in breakaway run rate. He passes the eye test compared to Najee Harris every year, or the last 2 years at least. The gamble here is Arthur Smith, and he likes to fuck everything up. One thing you can take from Arthur Smith from last year is that Tyler Algier, the backup running back, had 183 rushes. That's 35 more than what Warren had last year. He likes to use two running backs. There's a chance Warren, the better running back for the Steelers, gets close to 200 carries and still manages 50 receptions with the lack of wide receivers for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Jaylen Warren, Jason, we talked about forced missed tackles per attempt being the most sticky running back stat, and Jaylen Warren led the way. And now he gets Arthur Smith, Arthur Smith. So a lot more opportunities for Jaylen Warren, and I think he was top 5 in the NFL as far as receptions go. And Bijan Robinson had 59 receptions last year, so there, even in an Arthur Smith offense, there is a lot of room for running back receptions.
Yeah, and he's going later than Najee Harris, right?
Yeah, Najee Harris, Jason. That's my next dude. Might as well talk about him, right? Right.
All right.
All right, Najee. It's none of Najee. It's Najee your business. Nah, that doesn't even make sense. I spelled Najee wrong, and my pen, I can't find my right pen, but fuck it.
Come on, man.
Hey, Najee Harris is going in the 6th round, Jason. He ranked 6th in carries and 8th in red zone touches. Did you know that? I did not realize he had so many carries, so many red zone touches.
Yeah, but only 5 goal line.
Yeah, well, we're talking about red zone, dog, just like our TV show. So keep that goal line out of your mouth.
Okay.
Smack. So, anyways, he had that high of carries and red zone touches, despite being ranked 29th in snap share. So he was splitting with Warren, but he still got a ton of carries, despite being split with Warren. 4 touchdowns, Jason, in the final 3 games of the season, including 2 games with 110-plus rushing yards. And I was watching those, I'd go onto Reddit or I'd go onto YouTube and watch the videos, and they'd be like, dude, this is the Najee we drafted, man. This is the Najee of old. This is Najee fucking college. Holy shit. And it's like, oh, man. So he passed the eye test for the last month. Now he gets Arthur Smith, man. Arthur Smith in Atlanta was 4th in run rate at 48%. They actually ran the ball more than they passed it for half the goddamn year last year. Bijan, I said, was running back 9 last year, despite being 25th in touches per game. So Bijan, 25th in touches per game, Jason, and he was running back 9. Najee was 17th in touches per game. So if he still gets, if he's the 25th touches in per game, he could still be running back 9 because he gets those valuable touches. That's what he gets. Pittsburgh, 12th in run block win rate. They drafted that Troy Fontenot in 20th overall from Washington. Center Zach Frazier, 51st overall. And then guard McCormick, 119th overall. Jason, they got Darnell Washington, that huge tight end last year that can block the hell out of it. The next Mercedes Lewis. So it's like their offensive line, dude, they're going back to what they need to be. And with Russell Wilson in that play action pass, or even Justin Fields, Jason, they need to run the ball. Kenny Pickett was the worst fucking quarterback of all time. Check his stats. It was insane. You might as well have me and Jason out there with our dicks in our hand. All right. Kenny Pickett was the worst quarterback ever. So now they get Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. So yeah, dude, Najee Harris in the 6th round. I'm actually thinking about him now, Jason.
Yeah, that's good that you mentioned the offensive line because they've worked on it the last 2 years. And last year was a much of improvement, but you can see that's still where they're aiming. And it's good that they're doing that because last year, Najee Harris was 5th in stuffed runs, which means that's how many times he was tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
How many times he was stuffed last year?
For like Thanksgiving turkey. Woo! And his yards per touch was only 4.2, which is 46. So it's very important that they focused on that offensive line. So he has a chance because he's already getting the red zone touches, right, Todd?
God damn it.
So,
he gets the valuable touches, but Jaylen Warren just gets a lot of stuff in between.
He gets the important touches.
If you can hear Banjo and you're a fan of the show, Banjo says hi.
Hi.
All right. Hey, Jason, next up. It was supposed to be CEH, but I'm pretty sure you swapped his ass
for Gus Edwards. I got to, man. I got to. Okay. Gus Edwards, his ADP is 128. When Jim Harbaugh became the head coach, the running back he got in free agency was Gus Edwards. Not the greatest runner, metric-wise. And not much of a pass catcher. But this dude had 13 touchdowns.
A pass catcher.
Right? A pass catcher?
Yeah, it just sounded funny. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I think what's his name's been saying so much to us that Corion's like, what's a pass?
Is that? Oh, man, they got me tripping. All right. But this dude had 13 touchdowns last year, which was 4th most. And he managed as running back 32. So you're kind of like, what? But for the Chargers, he is like Brad Pitt in Troy. Is there no one else? Is there no one else? Because J.K. Dobbins has a torn ACL and Achilles. I don't feel like he's going to get a lot of playing time if he even stays on the Chargers this year. And speaking of Troy, they drafted a 6th-round running back from Troy, Kamani Badell. With low draft capital, he will need to really improve himself to steal touches from Gus Edwards. Not afraid of him. The Chargers ranked 24th in run block win rate, so Jim Harbaugh focused on improving the offensive line in free agency and in the draft. Edwards will lead the charge in the backfield, and I won't be surprised if they run him into the ground because of his contract situation. It's really good for he's a 2-year contract, but it's really good for 1. I feel like they're just going to pound the rock with this guy because there really is no one else, Tyler.
Pound the rock. But yeah, dude. Gus Edwards, we talked about him. We're going to talk about him maybe in the future on a Monday episode. There is a chart out there about fantasy points per touch and where they're going in draft and what round you're going in. And dude, Gus Edwards,
I just put it up.
One of the top dudes as far as fantasy football points per touch, but he did change teams. But he gets a decent offensive line and offensive coordinator is going to run the hell out of the ball. So I don't know what might be a little bit worse, but where he's going, Jason, I think that you're right. I think it's going to be a good deal.
I just put up that image. I just shared the screen, and he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5th, 6th. He is the 6th best runner at his ADP per points, fantasy points scored per touch from last year.
You know who I was surprised, Mason, to see on this was nobody surprised me except for Brian Robinson. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, he did pretty good in the beginning. You
I know.
See Raheem Mostert because he's just
in the beginning.
Raheem Mostert's off the chart, literally.
Raheem Mostert's like, oh yeah, you want to chart me? Well, fuck off, dog. I'm off your fucking chart.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Brian Robinson's up that much.
I know.
He started the year pretty good.
What'd you say?
He started the year pretty good.
No, he was getting all kinds of touchdowns, man. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to eat my words about Brian Robinson. Bulletproof Rob. Gonna eat my words. And then I said, no, Jason. I said, no, I will not eat my words. No. Okay, anyways. Moving forward, Jason.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing.
Stop sharing. Is this the last person right here?
It's the last one.
We're talking about, dude, Isaac Guerendo.
Oh, man.
What?
I don't know about this guy. I don't know anything about him.
Well, you know what, dude? That's what spells Guerendo right there. Good luck fucking reading that. So did you watch the NFL Combine? Because you would have known everything about him.
Yeah, he was the fastest running back, right?
He was the fastest running back, Jason. And guess what? He goes to a team that loves fast running backs. He was 6 foot, 221 pounds. That's huge. 221 pounds. He ran a 4.33 40-yard dash. That is the fastest running back time. That is the third fastest player overall. He had a 41.5-inch vertical leap. Holy shit, that was number one. Oh, yeah. He was the fastest 220-pound plus running back, Jason, since 2003. So that's like, what, 21 years? This fool's the fastest running back for his size in 21 years. Trey Benson was 216 pounds, 4.39. This guy was 221 pounds, 4.33. And there's everybody's like, holy shit, did you see Trey Benson? Oh, my God. He is like the next Brees Hall. Well, guess what, dude? This guy might be the next Brees Hall. He was a 4th-round draft pick, so San Francisco thought he was pretty goddamn good. He's been in a 4th-round draft pick in this year, and running backs is pretty high. Elijah Mitchell, Jason, 14-plus carries and a rushing touchdown in each of the final 2 games of the regular season last year. But he was not healthy. It only appeared in 11 games and had 81 touches. So Elijah Mitchell, to me, is irrelevant. When they drafted this dude, I was like, oh, I think I might even texted you. I was like, the new Elijah Mitchell. Like, fuck Elijah Mitchell, dude. San Francisco, 3rd in run rate at 48%. So they run the ball 3rd most overall. They are 23rd in run block win rate. That's not great, but guess what, dude? They run it anyways, so it doesn't matter. They signed offensive tackle Brandon Parker from the Raiders and drafted Dominic Pooney in the 3rd round. And Pooney, he reminds me of, no, that's Osmosis Jones. There was some fucking old cartoon with Eddie Murphy, man, or maybe Chris Rock that had a funny name to it. Damn. Pussy something. I can't remember what it was.
Everybody hates Chris.
But Jason, Pooney was runner-up in the Samoan Polynesian Player of the Year. So you know he's good offensive lineman if he's a runner-up in the Polynesian Player of the Year. Christian McCaffrey ranked 2nd in carries, Jason, and 4th in targets last year. That guy gets a ton of work. You know they want to take the load off of him. He carried too much this last season. There was too much on him. Elijah Mitchell, bless you. Elijah Mitchell was just too injured. Jordan Mason was all right. I mean, he was pretty good, but, you know, he's undrafted. They spent a 4th-round pick on this dude, Jason, and his metrics are elite. Elite. And I watched tape on him, and if you watch tape on him, you're like, holy shit, dude. Like, he sucks when he's, like, trying to make a bunch of jukes. But you watch him do the Raheem Mostert shit, literally one straight line up the middle. It's insane. He's faster than Raheem Mostert. So he hit 24 miles an hour in the combine, fastest of any NFL running back. That guy is a top end speed monster on a top end speed running back needy team, Jason.
Yeah, the speed is no doubt. He was in the 99th percentile with his height and weight for his 40-yard dash, the 100th percentile in his speed score, and 98th percentile in his burst score. So
I'm glad you mentioned speed score, Jason, because there have been he's in the top 10 of the last 20 years since they even made speed score. It was like Jonathan Taylor, something Knight, dude. I forget, he played for the Jets, but Niles Day, I can't remember. But there was 3 running backs on there that were elite, and so I believe that he will be good.
Yeah, I want to know how many opportunities this guy's going to get if we're going
all the opportunities, Jason, all of them
with a 0 running back.
Okay, so anyways, Jason, that is the show. Except I've got one more person.
Oh, do it. We got 5 minutes. Go for it.
So I really, 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 really wanted to add this guy. Zamir White, Jason, you and I both. Going in the 7th round, dude. Jason, he is number 1 on their depth chart right now. He was running back 9 over the last month as they started. He had 2 games over 100 yards in that month. So 50% of the time he was running over 100 yards. He's got Devontae Adams on his team, dude. And I'm pretty sure they invested in their offensive line. I can't remember, but still, Zamir White, Jason. If you're going 0 running back, I don't know how you cannot include him. I wanted to swap out somebody, but I was super excited about all the other players.
Yeah, his backup is Alexander Madison, who I don't think that's yeah. Give him that bird. Bird's the word. I don't see him, stealing that running back 1 role from him, as what we saw with behind the Minnesota Vikings line last year. And I think Zamir White.
Running back.
I think the only reason why Zamir White is going in the 7th round is because he's technically he's not proven yet. I mean, I think his career, he only has like 140 carries like total. But if it's anything like how it's going to be last year, then this dude could be a steal. And believe me, I'm drafting him. I think I did get him in our last mock draft that we did.
Antonio Pierce, as the head coach, man, runs the shit out of the ball. So I'm just saying, man, we should have put him on the top of this list, but we did not. And go get his ass. Bring your ass, Jason. Bring your ass.
Well, so
that's Anthony Edwards. That's Anthony Edwards to Charles Barkley.
Oh yeah, that's like becoming like a big social thing, right? Like
I don't know why, but yeah, I was just like, I mean, I watched TNT, Inside the NBA or whatever the hell that show is called, is the only TV show I watch for the NBA. So I watched that interview.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Well, he can't really be saying much after that game that he lost against the Mavericks. So,
please, Mavericks. Oh, dude, I think they're playing right now. Holy shit,
they're
playing right now, Jason. So we're gonna end this show. We're gonna go watch the Mavericks, dude. Please, God, Anthony Edwards, please beat the Mavericks. I like Luka Doncic, and I don't mind Kyrie, but I just like the Mavericks. I'm on that bandwagon, Jason. I'm on the Timberwolves bandwagon.
Yeah, I'm there too.
So hopefully we earned a thumbs up. Hopefully we earned a subscription, man. We need that shit. Help us get to 1,000. We'll never get to 1,000 unless you subscribe right now. Jason, please send us out.
We got a video coming out Tuesday. I'll be sure to talk to you in that episode. Deuces.
I think we might have actually another episode coming out Monday because I got a long weekend. And I'm going to be sending out some 10-minute episode on draft shit.
Make sure to watch it Monday. Y'all got it off. It's Memorial Day weekend. I know y'all got it off. Watch it.
This is a Fantasy Red Zone, and we appreciate you.